Corn Queens and Gentle Xenos, coming to you live from Rick Priestley's luxurious mansion. This is the #1 Tyranid shit show on the internet, the Creature Conference. And here is your host, Mr. Pink.
Hello and welcome, gentle bugs and ladybugs, to this, the internet's #1 Xenos shit show. This is the Creature Conference. Coming to you live from a room in Rick Priestley's house, and I am joined in this random room in Rick Priestley's palatial mansion by my two buds, Symbio Joe.
Hello.
And Flynnhammer.
Hello.
Symbio, as you are maybe a guest tonight, who knows, why don't you tell us where we're coming to everyone live from in Rick Priestley's palatial mansion this evening?
Oh, we're sitting quite comfortably.
Yeah.
Quite cozy. Let's go with that word. We're sitting quite cozy in the weather station above the attic.
The weather station. I love it. The weather station above the attic. I want a weather station above my attic. I tell you, since I was a kid, I always dreamed of building a tower, having a house and building a tower on top of it that's just windows all around so I could watch thunderstorms.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for joining, both of you, this evening. Thanks for putting up with my bullshit, because the fifth member hit me hard. Like, first of all, I was late to start this because I was covering for one person at work today, and then someone else went off sick, so I was also covering for them, which meant that I couldn't finish work as quickly as I wanted to. And then my beautiful webcam that I paid hundreds of dollars for, actually, my DSLR mirrorless that works as a webcam, I checked it last night to make sure it was working because I've been having issues with it lately. Plugged it in today, it's not working. So you got this, the potato cam. I tried to adjust it to make it less potato, but it's a potato. And that's why we're starting half an hour late. So, Symbio, Flynn, what have you guys been up to lately? What kind of hobby nonsense you been up to?
Well, I is still painting 48 Termagants.
Oh my god, why?
Because I like to inflict pain and suffering on myself.
See, what you should have done is you should have found 48 of your closest friends and then shared the pain with them by proposing to do some kind of gaunt exchange thing that you all paint 48 Termagants and then you all trade 48 Termagants at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. It is more likely that I have 48 children I do not know about.
Then that you're going to have 48 friends who want to paint Termagants?
Nah, it's getting to a close. I'm a little bit surprised because I was painting 22 Neurogons and 30 Homagons, and
oh my!
For some reason it felt easier or faster, but apparently when I cross the 40 threshold, it becomes a drag. And for someone who started out with I will never paint more than 4 miniatures at a time, that is quite an accomplishment.
Well, congratulations on your accomplishment. I feel like I had forgotten the drag of painting many, like repeating the same miniature paint over and over again because I hadn't been doing it lately. And then we did the Gaunt swap, and I had to paint like 12 or 14 Gaunts or something, and it was horrible. And everyone who was doing it faster than me was like, man, this is such a slog. I'm like, you guys are sucks. You're so weak. And then I did it myself, and I was like, this is horrible. So I do not envy you. Flynn, what have you been up to?
Are you guys sitting down or braced? Because I've got something that will shock you.
You're painting.
I'm painting.
Oh my goodness. Hell hath frozen over. Flynnhammer's painting. It's a thing.
And it's not just... So obviously I've recently painted up like the stands I had been given and stuff, so I painted a few things up for that. But I've also been working on my Junestealer, the Junestealer Kiss rock band, been painting that up.
Oh, right, yeah.
But also I've been painting some of my giants as well.
Getting distracted, Flynn. It's supposed to be Junestealer.
I've been doing everything. It's
apparently you just love painting so much that you're not only painting for Junestealer, you're just painting everything now.
But this way, it's getting me to do things. It's but I've also have worked on my other Junestealer projects. I've actually made something in Junestealer as well.
Great, congratulations.
that's ready there. I just need to get photos done of all of it. But the main bit is it's just the painting going on. So it has mainly been the giants.
Yep.
And I am just doing contrast for it.
Nice.
But one thing is like I like doing contrast with the different skin tones, because it actually, for me, it gives them a more of a natural sort of skin.
Yep.
Where it's you've got the blemishes, the liver spots, and everything else to them.
Yes.
And I'm doing like different skin tones as well. So I've got darker skins, lighter skins, and all that. And one of the things I want to do is with some of the darker skinned models, also do the name for it is, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but I think vitiligo. So you know where some people they have white spots.
Oh yeah, like the thing didn't Michael Jackson have it?
That's what Michael Jackson has. Yeah.
Is it? It might be vertigo. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Well, I can't read anyway, so I can't definitely pronounce.
But I don't think anyone can read that word. In your defense.
Yeah, unless they have it themselves.
Yes, then they're probably experts. Like people who know, who have what's the thing with the dots that we learned recently?
Tryptophobia. Or
yeah, tryptophobia. People with tryptophobia probably know exactly how to pronounce tryptophobia every time. Yeah. Bang on.
Yeah. So it's just like I want to do. So like everything's more like it's more organic and not more representative, because I know giants have like a massive area of skin, and it's just like, why not use that canvas to be able to paint that sort of things on there?
Are you calling your giants fat?
Well, they do have beer guts, so yes.
No, they got thick skin. They're not fat. They got thick skin. This is the joke.
It's winter blubber to keep them
winter
warm.
blubber. Lovely.
But yeah, it's the same I've been wanting to do. Originally it was just to be like different skin tones, and as I was putting the contrast on, it was just like, this is really giving out different like sort of like spots and everything. So it's going to be like tattoos and everything else going on there, just because you've got a big enough canvas to do. Why just paint it like your normal skin when you've got so much space to work with?
Good point. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what I've been working on. I've managed to also, I know at the beginning of the year I talked about what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
My list of things to build is down to 4 things to get added onto it, but it is down to 4 bits. And ironically, all those bits that I've got left to do on it got added on. One of them is not going to get done for a while.
Yeah.
Because because I managed to get my hands on another Forge World Flying Hive Tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just leaving it unbuilt for the time being, because it's just easier to keep it in that way rather than trying to build it and put it away. Yeah. But the other ones they're nearly finished.
You did manage? I thought you were saying if you managed to. You did manage to get your hands.
So I've got one. I'm just not going to build it in the moment, because I want to build it later on.
For anyone who doesn't know, Flynn is king of eBay, so he is definitely snagging up all the limited edition models that you can't get anymore.
Yeah, and it actually is a genuine one. It came with the certificate and everything for it, which is like still
nice.
But yeah.
Yeah. You just reminded me of that list. I haven't looked at my list in since I wrote it, and ooh, I don't think I'm doing so hot. Red Dragon, nope. Norn Emissary, okay, well, I'm progressing on the Rage Bash. Death Daisy, nope. Big Bad Malicetter, nope. Puppet Master Neurolictor, nope. Project Secret Father, nope. Marigal, didn't even work on that on my brother's birthday. Aspects of okay, this one has officially been pushed to next year, the Aspects of Exile. Marco's Patriarch, working on it. Fairy, nope. Solstice 20, nope. Thin Boy for Bill! Thin Boy for Bill is progressing apace. Thin Boy for Bill will actually be finished soon. He got a little less thin and a little more hairy. Oh wait, and Pancake Bear for Bill. This is actually one. I merged them together, so I get to tick both those off. Fish Stealer Cult, nope. Kroot, at least Kill Team, nope. Blood Rust Spider Tyrant, nope. Book of Grudges, nope. Josh Nornlichter, that one's coming along. That one is progressing. That'll be done soon. Rat Queen? Nope. Monarch Standagon. Oh, I did that one. I did a thing! Oh my god, I did a thing.
Hooray!
Oh my god, I did a thing! Here is my shiny new pen that Fenris Workshop sent me. If you want to support the channel, go buy some stuff from Fenris Workshop. Advocate? Affiliate link is in the thing. Yeah! Monarch Standagon is done. Oh, that is a very nice pen. I have not used it yet. Done. Eli's Triumvirate. Nope. Alright, this can go back up on the shelf.
Just feel that dopamine rush of a completion happening.
Yeah. I did one thing. I'm the best. Alright, so as that illustrates, Mike, to that, apparently Symbio Joe has brought some juicy tea for us to go over. Because apparently I'm on a list. Apparently, like, I'm some kind of, I'm ruining the hobby. I am.
That is all Flynnhammer's work.
I thought it was you. Oh.
No, we were just talking about it because I do not have time for such nonsense.
Oh, well, I'm going to make some time for the nonsense right now because I don't know anything about this nonsense. And apparently I have been called out for destroying the hobby just myself, which makes me very happy. Because if there's one thing I've been trying to do since I started this hobby in 1997 with Tyranids, it's destroy it. I'm just very bad at my job and very slow.
So I was just trolling around on YouTube, not YouTube, on Hobby Twitter. I know, the dangerous place that is.
Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah, but I strolled across a post from Cerberus XT, who
Cerberus, our boy who did the I don't have the White Dwarf here.
The Great Smashers, Gate Crushers.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Gate Crushers.
The only Space Marines I like.
And I saw a post they shared. There was an updated list of the big bad woke Warhammer 40k YouTubers made by some weirdos, and this is a quote. I am quoting Cerberus XT's post.
Wait. Is his username some weirdo? Because I really want it to be.
So I actually did a little bit more digging around to try and find it, and I found out
Am I one of the wokest YouTubers?
That's what we're getting to.
I'm not even that woke on YouTube. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And it's there's an account and they just call themselves Chainsword, and they have they have a, like, quoting their post now, list of woke and anti-woke Warhammer YouTube channels, just so people know before they start to support someone. Work in progress. If you think someone should be added to this list, leave a reply.
Wait, it's got woke and anti-woke?
Yes.
So the anti-woke ones
because I don't want politics in my hobby.
Oh, so they're the good guys, the anti-woke guys in some weirdo's mind. Chainsword some weirdo.
Yeah. Now, apparently, if you're red, you're and I am quoting what it says here on the latest update.
You're okay. No, Flynn, listen. You don't have to say what we are if we're red. I'm Estonian. I know what I am if I'm red. I'm some commie tank lover. I don't know what.
To be honest, no, it doesn't actually say that. It just says openly woke on either social media or in their videos. That's what they classify as red.
Good lord.
So there is yellow, which is fence sitters, not openly woke or anti-woke, needs some more scrutiny.
Oh,
most painting channels fall into this category, even if they are not listed here.
Most painting channels are fence sitters?
Because they don't really say, they're just like, oh yeah, this is how I'm painting the model. These are the techniques I'm using. They don't really say either way.
Oh my god, this guy is a bit much.
Yeah, green. Either openly anti-woke on social media or videos or YouTube that generally don't care about woke ideology. I'm not even going to bother to name those places.
Wait, but like those painters who don't say shit, couldn't they don't care about woke ideology? Why are they fence sitters? This guy makes no sense.
So one of them, which is Auspix Tactics, is classified as yellow, and the reason why they're yellow is cares only about meta. It's like they are only talking about, like, this is the new releases, this is the meta. They don't care about anything.
Auspec Tactics knows that they're not allowed to have opinions on social issues because someone needs to let them know. I'm sure they're real concerned with their 250,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Now, Nick. You have fallen into the red category.
Yes! I'm thrilled! I'm woke!
what your bit is the entire content is based on woke ideology, like female
What?
space marines and space marines painted in LGBTQ flags.
This
Heresy.
person has literally never watched any of my shit because I don't paint any
Exactly.
Space Marines.
Exactly.
Wait. No, this person found my channel because of the female custody I put on that one stream we did. And in that one stream, I showed pictures of Xerxes painted Space Marines, and all of a sudden this is my fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that being my fault, but this person's an idiot.
Yeah. But you are in good company.
Great.
You have Juan Hidalgo Miniatures.
What? I didn't even know he was super woke. That's awesome.
Basically, the reason what they've got here is recently created a video painting female custodies and went full woke in the comments, deleting them, calling people bigots and the usual. Also, previously involved. I can't even be bothered to go there. That's like army painter controversy. But I just want to know: do we want the violin? Should we get the violin out for them?
What? What are you talking about?
The sad violin.
Smallest violin, playing whatever you want.
Yeah. But you've also got Kirioth TV.
Cool. I think he's got a pink mask on his thing, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's also openly woke.
Cool.
Lila Mev, the mini witch.
No idea.
Never really heard about her. Dana Howe.
What? Dana's openly woke?
Openly progressive and leftist is what they have her down as.
Are they saying that because she's a woman? Because that's not cool. I think that's their filter. I think they're like, oh, you're a woman in Warhammer? Woke! Woke!
Yeah. Sniper and Whip.
Well, they're just fine.
Yeah. Oculus Imperial.
Okay, listen. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I already know.
What do they say about Oculus? Because like they probably don't know the full story about Oculus.
Just woke on social media.
I don't know how openly woke Oculus is on his socials, but Oculus is, I believe, married to a friend of mine. Or
you've told. I think you've told us. Or I know you've
told God,
me,
I hope I didn't dox Oculus. Oh God.
No. I don't know if you told it on the stream before, but I know you.
No. Don't say anything more. But
that's it. You've probably met him in person.
Yeah, nice guy. Lives in my city.
Yeah. Adeptus Ridiculous.
Never heard of him. Love him already.
Yeah. Templin Institute.
What?
That person is not stricty, they can't spell, a Warhammer YouTuber, but advocating for female space marines. Woke on social media.
Good lord. These idiots. Wow.
52 Miniatures.
Cool. Good name. Never heard of him.
He was at Salute on the terrain panel. I can't remember his. I hadn't seen his stuff before, but advocates for female space marines, emits some woke vibes, and collaborated with Midwinter Minis.
What does emits some woke vibes mean? Like, what the heck is that?
That is so arbitrary, borderline arbitrary.
I got some woke vibes from this guy. Shut him down.
Arbiter Ian, in his lore video, he repeatedly states that certain elements of Warhammer 40k are problematic. He is openly woke on Twitter, and according to him, there is no canon. He advocates for female space marines.
Oh my God. I really like openly woke. It sounds like openly gay, and like, I'm down. Yeah. I'm down. Hook me up.
Discourse Minis, you're also in the company of.
Cool.
Claims people who are into 40k lore aren't real fans, engages in woke behavior, utilizing appeal.
Tell me more about woke behavior.
Utilizing appeal to triviality, cherry picking, and straw man arguments.
Oh man, they love straw man. Someone taught them like 3 things about critical thinking, and they all got the straw man. Wait, and ad hominem? Those are the only like fallacies that they learned from critical thinking, and they love it.
Midwinter Minis, previous name.
I didn't know Midwinter was openly woke.
Well, no, it not just says that. It just says woke as one line, and then famous for implying that people who play Germany and Bolt Action are Nazis.
I thought we were all just kind of agreed on that. It's not people who play Germans in Bolt Action are Nazis. It's people who like go real hard on it. Like,
yeah, do the whole dress up at tournaments as the Nazis. That's
just dressing like my army, no big deal.
Or it's the people who go, I want to play this specific. Like, I can go like people who got two different armies, so they can have games against each other and be thematic.
I don't know.
Games.
Let's not get into
I can
that.
understand
Let's not get into
a German
that.
army, but that's a different thing. Bricky, never heard of Bricky, but
I love Bricky already if they're openly woke.
Well, it says ashamed of being a 40k fan, as stated by him in one of his videos. Virtue signaling for brownie points.
There you go. That's woke behavior. Virtue signaling. Been signaling so hard.
Hellstorm Wargaming. 1000% soy.
Why did I get 1000% soy? I want to be 1000% soy.
This sounds very much like a combination of something a very insecure 16-year-old would cobble together.
Yeah, no, dude, this is totally written by ChatGPT, the right wing version. It just takes all these random adjectives and slaps them together. Oh, someone left a comment. I think someone left a comment when we did that stream about the female. It wasn't even about female custodies. That was like a footnote. And they like left this comment, I think, and it was like all in different like fonts, and I couldn't figure out why. I think it's so they can like obscure the content so that filters don't catch it. I don't even know. See if I can find it.
Oh, right. Like, it's definitely 100% those things are a copy and paste job, and it is to
probably
get around like auto filters that YouTube has to like it warn it of being like
oh, here we
edgy.
go. Here we go. Oh my god, their name is Margaret Atwood. No, Margaret Wood 152. It's so stupid.
Wait, what?
We can talk about it later. Okay, keep going, Flo.
Oh, I can't see it.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to it now because I tried to look for it. So Hellstorm Wargame, 1000% soy, tried to bully others who disagreed with him generally, an insufferable arsehole. Sees Nazis everywhere, preemptively blocks people who share other opinions or say any criticism about him.
Oh no. Oh no.
To be honest, we've blocked spiky bits, most of us, pointy pasts, I should call them, because we don't want them stealing content. Yeah. You got Goobertown Hobbies, woke on Twitter.
Oh, Goobertown's so sweet.
So supports another one is supporting Cerberus XT and other virtue signalers, pushing for female space marines and blocking people who disagree with him.
Okay, so blocking people who disagree with you can just block people because they're belligerent as well.
Yeah. But there was one that says someone's got a category of brown and it is reserved for a person called Wes Hammer.
What?
And it's like, yeah, they've got a whole category reserved for themselves of cringeworthy.
It's a brown category?
Brown category. I don't know why.
Isn't brown like a Nazi thing? Like brown shirts or something?
Yeah, but it says half his content is based on the fabricated law, outright lies about official law, advocates for female space marines solely for the sake of representation, dismissing law purists who argue against it by claiming that the law changes over time. It's pure cringe presented in the form of YouTuber/TikToker.
Oh god.
I remember seeing one of these where someone had actually requested they put them into a category, and they did it because they requested.
Oh really?
Oh
man.
Yeah, I can't remember where that one is, and that one I think is the best one out of all of it because it is so bad. The fact that someone requested it.
Wait, where is this? This is on Twitter? This is on Reddit?
Yeah.
Where is this?
This is this list.
So Cersei's posted it on Twitter, but where did it come from?
So I've found the actual account that is posting it on Twitter.
Oh, they're posting it on Twitter. It's not like 4chan or something.
Well, it might get around to that, but I posted it in our Synapse Original 4.
Yeah.
For all of this, so you can have a proper giggle later.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we have all this let's call it negative connotation to the woke YouTubers, the anti-woke YouTubers. What reviews do they get?
Yeah, don't say their names, but like, can you summarize like how they celebrate their anti-woke weirdos?
Okay, so one is blacklisted by GW.
Oh no, it's that idiot, isn't it?
Another set of them have just openly anti-woke.
Okay.
Found guilty by association.
So these are the
I'll
martyrs
leave
for the
that one.
cause.
Expressed SJW opinions in the past.
And is this person saying that these people are good?
Yeah, they're in the
Oh,
green.
no.
What it is. I get the point of people going like, I don't really care about wokeness or not. I just don't want to see it. But I'm like, I don't want to see. I can also put the point of why you put them in green if it's going to be. I don't want to see either side of it. Why are you putting someone as green if they're going to talk about both sides? I don't want to see either side of this. Just let me see hobby stuff. So that I think that's where you would go to yellow. But I don't know why you've given green for that. That just sends the wrong. In my opinion,
There
it's the
is no
wrong
there is
coloring.
no reason to this, man. There's no rationality
Yeah.
here. It's just madness.
We've got someone who's got does not care, called out midwinter minis on his BS with bolt action.
Okay.
But it's one of them's got a good line of no politics, only law.
Oh my lord.
Said laws should be respected, and any modern day politics should be left out of it.
These people are so
law.
fragile, man.
It is. Here's my toys. I'm in my pram. My toys are now out of the pram.
Weird. Weird, man.
So the anti-woke only gets statements and no negative connotations
No,
to it.
because they're celebrating the anti-woke people.
There's other bits to it which really gives away, and we're not really.
No, that's cool.
Well, there's another one that says no known political opinions online, zero political stuff in content. But it's funny because others who basically are the same, because of association, they are put into the yellow category. It's funny.
So, can you imagine being so fragile that you go and like research random crap that people have posted online to make sure that they've never said anything quote unquote political? Like, that's sad,
Also
dude.
making statements like needs more scrutiny. I mean, after the first few seconds, my autism meter exploded.
Yeah.
So I give the creator at least the benefit of a doubt that they are highly on the spectrum.
So, and there's nothing wrong with being on the spectrum, to be clear.
Yeah.
We're all a little bit on the spectrum.
Oh yes,
myself included.
But use your superpowers for good.
Exactly, use your superpowers for good. There's plenty of people on the spectrum in this hobby who are using the superpowers for good, not using the superpowers for idiocy. But yeah, like I was gonna say, these people need a hobby that isn't this, but I think these people need a job because they're like working at this. Like this is some like 9 to 5 level dedication to needs further scrutiny. Like I can't. Oh my god.
So congratulations
I'm on the list.
on soon.
I'm openly woke.
On being on the list. You make the list.
I gotta put that in my bio somewhere.
Yeah.
Openly woke.
You're on a list. It's not a bad list. It's not one of those lists that you need to be careful of going onto.
Well, you do if these idiots are, I don't know, dogpiling or something, but I don't think they have enough friends to dogpile.
Well, you say that, but yeah, have you ever looked at America?
No, it's just
the country is divided on every issue.
It's just funny because like they talk about like people fighting back in the comments. Like I don't think they understand that if they go on someone's video and they like comment on it a bunch and they drop all this nonsense about how much they hate that person, that's just engagement, man. It helps the person who you're commenting on. And I don't think they realize when they go and get really angry about woke stuff on other people's YouTubes that they're actually like helping those YouTubers. They're giving them a boost.
Yeah. But there is the best bit though.
Oh God, there's more?
So is people reply to the original list that you didn't make.
I didn't make the original list? This is some subsequent list?
You didn't make it. So there was like the list I read out is their updated list, which was posted in June. The original list they did was in end of April.
Oh, I missed
out. So you've got some people who did reply to that original one. So I'm not going to name names, but there is one reply to go that was, I used to make lists too when I was 12. That was my only list of Transformers I wanted to own or toy soldiers I wanted to buy.
Food for thought.
Someone also replied, was like, absolutely no one start rewriting the green list based upon other evidence. Understood?
Wait, what?
And
I didn't hear that.
someone has basically done the list, but changed it from anyone who was in the green is now in the red, and the red says, on the record, racist and bigoted content creators whose toxic behavior has been documented on multiple occasions.
So they just flipped it.
Yes, and that construction structure is on that list.
Instruction structure? What?
Ah, yeah, okay.
When I said the first thing on the green, you instantly knew who I was on about.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that one. Yeah.
You mean Buttress Warhammer?
Yes, Buttress. It's just some of the responses to this is.
I didn't know Buttress Warhammer was still around.
But while someone's gone, in one of your green list ideas for good content creators is one actively blacklisted by GW. You might want to reevaluate your beliefs.
They're not going to reevaluate shit.
Yeah.
They're right where they want to be.
But
like, GW is not the be-all and end-all. You can get blacklisted by GW for all kinds of reasons, but that particular dude, he's an interesting fellow.
Oh, it's so. The best bit about it is on Twitter. It's got see more replies. It's see probable spam.
Oh yeah. I had to deal with that in my work today. I think that's a new thing they rolled out.
Yeah, because they've removed the ability to see likes and everything, which is just stupid, especially in an election year.
I'm pretty sure that anything that's got an x.com URL before it is probable spam.
Yeah. That's everything on X. Battle Sister Alicia, someone who's replied to it on it says, thanks for the list of people to check out, by which I obviously mean the red and yellow. P.S. It's Arbiter Ian, not Arbitrator Ian. You probably should get it right.
Oh man. Yeah, I should go check out these people on this list. I think they're my peeps. Because we're all openly gay. I mean, woke.
Maybe some future collaboration times.
Sweet.
But one of the people you have previously collaborated with,
Eric,
has not even made the list. Yeah, Eric doesn't make the list.
Eric is apolitical.
Oh yeah, but I would have expected to see someone who's apolitical.
No, I don't know.
The yellow, but no, not at all.
They're just not aware.
Needs more scrutiny.
They're not aware of him. I love it. They clearly just went on YouTube and they searched certain words, and then they just didn't. They just picked the people who showed up.
Yeah. Oh, it's just brilliant. I just find it hilarious.
It is,
and it's because you were away. It was while you were over.
What?
I'm just making sure because you only. Yeah, because it was last week this all got posted that I saw it, and I was like, I'll wait till you get back, let you enjoy your holiday and everything.
Yeah, I actually was like really out of the world on my holiday, which was good. There was like some kind of drama exploding in the hobby community. I can't remember what it was, but I like dipped in and I was like, nope.
That would be the painting phase video. And
what? Flynnhammer's news desk has you covered.
Yeah, so, but Symbio's the one with the news desk graphic. I love it so much.
Yes. Flynnhammer took my job.
Yo, I missed it. Yo, Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson has congratulated me on my high accolade of being openly woke with a super chat.
Yay!
Yes. Thank you, Tom.
So I haven't been looking at chat at all because I've had the list open. I haven't been able to see anything else.
So Flynnhammer's news desk. What happened on the painting phase?
Oh, this is something I really wanted.
Wait, are we done talking about openly woke people? Oh wait, hold on. I should say something. I'd like to.
What is your statement, Mr. Pink? How do you reply to these accusations?
I'd like to thank the Academy for giving me the proper level of scrutiny to recognize me as being openly woke. I'd like to thank all of my little woke friends in my special woke Discord, where we all collaborate and decide what kind of woke things we're gonna poison the community with this week. I'd like to thank all of the many 3D sculptors out there who are helping to perpetuate our agenda by sculpting female Space Marine heads. Actually, they're just normal women heads that we put on Space Marines. But as long as they think they're female Space Marine heads, it will help our agenda. And I would like to let everyone out there know that if you're openly woke, you're good by me.
Yep. Brilliant speech. Now, before I actually go into the next bit on the news desk, I do want to go
Should
through
we look at the chat and see what people are saying about this?
Yeah, that's exactly. So, Thomas and Desart at the beginning, have you made it onto the woke list? It's the best list to be on. Mr. Pink's in good company. Diana says, also, Diana does put some rainbow flags and rainbows in.
Thanks, Diana.
It goes, you don't have to be female to be woke. Just accept female Space Marines. Or don't hate on people who do, apparently.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Radon says, Skittles, I can't even say the word, Skittles squad code vibes. And what teenager wrote this shit?
Yep.
Question. If there are no obviously female Space Marines in my hippie Marines, am I woke or not?
Who said that?
Diana.
Nice.
Needs more scrutiny.
Needs more scrutiny.
That's gonna be
Symbio, you got the best voice for that.
Diana goes, let's be honest, no political views online and true to law exec may as well say anti-female Space Marines.
It's kind of insane that they talk about like people being true to lore and stuff and like that defining wokeness, because like Oculus is like super lore master. But apparently only the woke lore? I don't know.
Yeah, but also they don't. Oh yeah, I'll go into that in a bit of a minute about Oculus because I really enjoyed him on Jugs.
Yeah, I haven't watched his Jugs episode yet. I was a little bit mad that they had him on Jugs and not me, but you know, I think he has 200,000 subscribers and I have 8,000.
Yeah. It's a sad. I thought you might have been on that scene.
No,
you were in that building.
Peachy said maybe, and then it didn't come out.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Next time.
Maybe next time.
I did get to meet Louise and Rob though. That was fun. We can talk more about that later.
Yeah, I was about to because I know Simon wants to talk about.
She's absolutely unhinged in real life. It's amazing. Like what you see on Jugs is accurate.
Yeah, she is unhinged. She's
in the best way possible, to be clear.
But I would definitely say ADHD. I see so much of the similarities with her. Like definitely ADHD because she said she's neurodivergent.
Well, yeah,
she's
but like, let's not say that about other people.
Oh no, like I say, I can see it, and it's just like, yeah, accept it 100%. Like I know exactly why she comes across so unhinged, and I know it, and I'm like, yep, perfect. But if she isn't, like, that's a personality. Love it.
Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
So goes says, I told my sister last week I'd been playing the Argos game with other shops. She told me it's not a game, it's just writing lists. James Bahood says, wait, how can you be apolitical? Just came into this conversation.
You can be apolitical if you pretend that nothing exists but Warhammer. And you don't vote because, I don't know, you think it's a woke agenda nonsense. You can only be apolitical if you're an idiot. Or you can be conservative and claim that you're apolitical. I don't know how it works.
So we've got Can't Strafe Right.
Can't Strafe Right is a great name.
Yeah.
Wait, Can't Strafe Right has been here before. I remember that name.
Been a while, but it says, where was the woke list posted? I missed the start of the stream. So I found it on Twitter after searching, just like if I just got typed, I went to Google after finding the reposted one of woke Warhammer YouTuber list, and it was there. Vicky Goldsmall says, I'm hosting a pride event at my LGS. What color would that make me? And can I pick the
ultra red,
color?
Neon red? I want to be invited though.
She wants to pick they want to pick the rainbow color.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't use rainbow. I think, you know what? I think they don't use rainbow color because they're afraid it might make them gay.
Oh. Do they go to the Pray the Gay Away events?
They're worried they might be mistaken for someone who supports LGBTQ stuff. 2SIA.
To be honest, I just go with LGBTQ because there's too many other letters that I always forget.
Yeah,
And
in North
dyslexic, so I'll say
America,
them wrong.
2S is important. That's indigenous.
I know it's Two-Spirit,
Yeah.
but I will just forget everything and get it in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Donald O. Murshu.
Donald Murchu, hey buddy.
Says, hey, haven't seen you for a while. What's this little? Oh, what's the guy you're working on?
He's going to be a Junestealer Patriarch for High Fleet Moloch. I wanted to make him tall and skinny. He's based on a Vargulf, I think, from Curse City. And this juicy brain on the back, see this juicy brain I sculpted here? I finally listened to all of you who've been screaming for a brains tutorial. The brain tutorial is coming soon. I'm working with my new editor on it. It's going to be coming soon.
New editor?
New editor?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mention this? Yeah. Mausoleum, the artist formerly known as Dwarfenage, has got some stuff coming up. Doesn't have as much time for editing. So I'm very fortunate that a friend of mine here in Toronto, because Toronto's a place with like a lot of film stuff, he is kind of between editing gigs now for his film work. And he said that he might be able to, you know, take a run at editing a video for me. So I jumped all over that, like a delicious hamburger. And yeah, so he is editing up the How to Sculpt Brains tutorial for me. And it would be probably out already because he's super efficient and quick, had I not absconded to Europe for 2 weeks.
I've got an idea. Just let me make little clips and quick videos from the highlights from the live streams to help promote the channel.
So I can do that. I don't think it's a wise use of his time to do it. And if you want to help with that, Flynn, and you want to like send me some time codes that, you know, you think would make good clips, I'm all ears.
There's only one clip I can think of, and that's the where I surprised you with the original protein surprise.
Okay, so that's a good clip for you, but you got to think about other people, right?
Yeah, but that's the only clip that I can think of straight off the bat. That is a good one.
Okay.
But
chat.
Okay, so going more with the chat. Diane says, my hippie marines are purple with rainbow handprints as their markings.
Fantastic.
And Tom Wilson says,
Diane, I think you're angling for the list.
Yeah. I found out about the list a few weeks ago because Girl Painting made a short complaining she wasn't on it when she's left leaning and openly trans.
It's hilarious. Put me on it. I love it.
Why am I not on the list? I want to be on this list.
It kind of reminds me of like when the queer community like reclaims certain words. When people are like, you're a blah, and they're like, actually, yeah, I am. You're right.
Thank you for this. Thank you for
I want to reclaim openly woke.
I don't want to claim any.
Well, I guess I don't need to openly. I don't have to reclaim it because, like, people who know their shit know that that was never an insult.
I don't want to be woke. I like sleeping. It's the best part of my day. All right. So one last bit is Joshua Rayner says, I look forward to the brain tutorial as I refuse to buy the new Junestealer cult leader.
Yo, literally, I did the title card for it last night, and that moron is on my title card.
All right.
We will make such a better brain bug. Let me tell you. I'm hoping to get it out soon because that model is releasing this weekend.
No, it's okay. So
was it a 2-week pre-order?
Pre-order. So next Saturday it will be on shelves.
Okay, so I should have it out for next Saturday. You're telling me?
Yeah, perfect timing for it. So Donald, one last bit from Donald before I go into the next to the breaking news. Donald goes, woke originate from black communities.
It does, absolutely. Correct. As do all good things that we rip off.
Yeah.
No cap.
Also, James here does make a good point about the new Junestealer cult lead character model. It is locked in that box set, and it'll be locked
Is
in there
it?
for about 3 months.
Yeah,
So
box
yeah,
set jail.
I like that box set jail.
box set prison.
Symbio, do you have
Yeah,
anything else you want to say about the woke list before we move on?
Well, what can I say? As German, such things are do not sit well with me, because back in the Dizzy, and that was around First World War, it was not even in Germany and some other countries, as we know, illegal to be homosexual.
Yep.
And they made lists
Yep.
of these people.
Yep.
And in World War II, these lists were used to imprison said people, if they not were already. And we all know that that kind of imprisonment wasn't any kind you want to inflict on somebody.
No.
So if you're doing a list, you're in the most benevolent way flirting with fascism.
Yeah, it's interesting that
That's-
these guys are accusing Midwinter Minis of seeing Nazis everywhere when they're kind of like taking notes from
Oh no, that was a different person.
fascists.
Yeah,
Oh,
seeing Nazis everywhere. I know. I gave a lot of people all at one go.
No, and this goes both ways. It's,
you're right.
do not make lists. I know the internet loves lists. Maybe that is why they made it, because we over the last years we have the top 10 somethings. We have the 5 best
If they knew anything about
somethings.
content, they would have made their list into a YouTube video, but they're clearly
Yeah, obviously,
not
but
talented.
not very professional and maybe very hastily made. But yeah, this is something I'm very uncomfortable with the existence of a list.
Agreed.
So the more people say list, the more I get a Dad's Army sketch in my head. Which, if you're
shit.
British, you'd know. Don't tell them your name, Pike. They'll understand it. It's just one of those stupid. It's like, what? You've created a list to basically try and put your point out, and other people are taking your list in the opposite way that you want it to be taken. It's just like, yeah, just don't. It's that you've got your viewpoint, have your own private sort of thing. If you've got this of what you want, you're like, okay, this person's done this, but it's like you've got to have that much of a vendetta against a specific issue to create a list like that. It's like, I want to know what's caused you to go with to think that someone else's existence is wrong. And
Well, this is like
this is a point.
This is like politics, identity crap right now.
Right.
Like this is everyone's feeding into this left right
This is
nonsense.
yeah. There's a bit I was going to get into. It's like with obviously, I don't know if you know what's going on with the Acolyte in Star Wars. Like, I will go like, I don't like the Acolyte TV series because of what is going on with it, and I can see there be people say there's similarities.
Are you
with,
bringing Star Wars onto my channel?
Oh, I just got a bit. People say there's
Do you
similarities.
know what our policy is on Star Wars?
We haven't got a policy on Star Wars.
Yes,
yet.
we do.
Tell me
The policy is no Star Wars. Unless it's Andor. You're only allowed to talk about Andor.
Is it because you don't like Acolyte either then?
No, because I don't like the garbage that comes with discussing Star Wars. Because if you're going to talk about these idiots making lists about people in YouTube Warhammer land, it's 1,000 times worse with Star Wars. 1,000,000 times worse.
Because I was actually going to point that bit out, because with it, it's like people with Star Wars their argument is people are changing the law that don't have any right to change the law. With 40k, people are saying people are changing the law. The people that change the law in 40k have every right to change the law because it is the people creating the law. With Star Wars, it was because the company got sold to another place, and then
who are the people creating the lore? They own the property. They own the IP. They can do whatever the heck they want with it. They can give Chewbacca forearms and tell you that he's married to friggin' Yoda, and it's their world to do with as they please.
There's a bit more to that, which is a way different story for a not on this channel.
No, you're doing what they do for, like, you're doing the exact same thing. You're trying to defend it in 40K and then shut it down on Star Wars. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm defending the whole, these law changes are happening here, and there is every right to it. In Star Wars, there is a difference to it of the changes that are being made there are massive changes to the established, to something that is majorly established, that actually is the whole foundation it is built on. Whereas in 40K, having female custodians does not change the foundation of the story.
Flynn, it's a difference of perspective. The people who are making these lists about woke 40K YouTubers believe that they are fundamentally destroying the foundation of Warhammer lore. Like, you're trying to make a distinction, but there's no difference. It's the same thing. It's the same people on both sides.
That sounds very much like a technicality, and maybe we should use that technicality segue into the next drama topic.
Thank you. Let's do it. Good work, Symbio. So what happened?
The painting phase happened. So the painting phase, people know Peachy had left the painting phase.
Yeah.
And now does Jugs. The unhinged madness that Jugs is. But the painting phase is continued.
Every time they say thank you for coming on our Jugs, I'm like, how are you getting away with this?
I'm a teenage boy giggling away.
It's mostly Louise saying it.
I know it is. That's what makes it even better.
Oh my god. Or worse. Painting phase, what happened?
So they've had Flynnhammer, Ross, join them. Now, this is from what is posted underneath the video by Ross himself from his own official YouTube channel, saying he pushed to have this person on, and is they're all upset with how it's actually turned out. Basically, they had the Neil Paint, so the person who did the Exodite Golden Demon winner for the one that just happened at Adepticon.
Oh god, is this about AI and stupid ass backgrounds and Warhammer and Golden Demon entries? Because if it is, I'm gonna stop you right here.
This is just the stage.
This is just setting the stage for it. So,
to be clear, I have zero problem with that. Zero. I have zero problem. I'm someone who works in an industry that could very much get replaced by AI. Backings for Warhammer miniatures is not an industry that could get replaced by AI. Nikki Clier, concept artist who we all love, industry who could be replaced by AI. Backgrounds for Warhammer models, not an industry that could be replaced by AI. This is such nonsense garbage about nothing, done by people who are either mad because they can't win Golden Demons themselves or just want some drama. It's nothing. It's a nothing burger like thing, and I don't want to waste any breath on it. So if this is about that, we can move along.
Oh, but Nick, it is about that, but it was how the interview with him was handled. That's what's caused the drama.
Okay.
Because obviously there's two sides to that argument. Now, in the interview, Neil Paints makes points about why he can see what people are saying, and then just goes, well, but there are there's a name given to people who don't agree with you on the internet, and that name is virgins.
Oh, that's dumb. That was a stupid fucking thing to say, buddy.
Oh, the hosts laughed along with it.
That was a stupid thing to say. Wow, buddy.
Even more stupid.
Wow.
I never challenged him on it.
Wow, Chad. Neil Pate's Chad. Wow. And the virgin, everybody else.
Comments went, no, it's wrong. Double down on the behavior in the comments as well as like arguing against people, saying people never came up to me and haven't really come against me and shouted in my face about it. People are civil and won't come to argue about it to your face. Like, they enjoyed the artwork it was, they just didn't like this part of it, and the fact you're not taking any open criticism to it is wrong. There's so much to it, and
Like,
but it
what
was the
about the
attitude
rest
and
of the
how.
model he painted?
Oh, everyone's going. That bit is brilliant. Their problem is with the AI
They're
art and the
throwing
rules
out the
being
baby with
broken.
the bathwater. They're saying, oh, yeah, you painted a beautiful model, but because you have this one bit that was generated with AI, and probably there's been other people generating shit with AI, they just didn't admit it. They're like, this whole model's crap?
The other bit is he actually admitted in the interview that he deliberately didn't tell the judges that it was printed, let alone AI generated. The fact that it was a printed
They probably
backdrop.
didn't ask.
Because they've got thousands, but the judges have said they will. He goes, oh, they just base it on the painting of the model. Judges have come out saying we base it on the whole aspect, including backdrops, plinths, etc., for the whole feel of the model and how it all works together. And he admitted he openly, by omission, lying by omission is still lying, that he didn't tell them this, and that caused even more drama happening from it. And the
I'm not
painting
as
phase
concerned about that part. I'm concerned about the part
Yeah.
where he said that people were virgins. I think that was a stupid Chad thing to say.
Oh yeah, and people really picked up on that bit and have hated on the painting phase. Painting phase has lost quite a lot of subscribers based on it, and they do have a long way to work them way back to repairing any trust people had with them. And
Well,
also,
good thing I didn't try to go on the painting phase.
yeah. The other bit with it is their response to people was a very, very corporate response of, oh, we're going to take this forward and learn and make ourselves better going forward. And it just read
like something that was written by AI.
Oh, worse than like your first iteration of AI of I am a corporate. How can I make this sound like I care but don't? Like, you've got your terrible managers that have like, oh, you're sick. Oh, I hope you get better soon. But there's work for you waiting when you get back. That sort of message.
Okay.
But yeah, that was that other bit of drama. But I actually kind of wanted
I
to
didn't
get
hear
yours
about that. That's not
Simon's.
the thing I was thinking about. There was some other thing that blew up and people were like going on sides of it. And I was like, I don't have time for this right now.
What was the other one? Because I might know about that one as well.
Can't remember.
No. It's drama week.
Really not important.
This is why all the when all the this is our summer lack of usable news. Like everybody is on vacation, everybody's doing something else, so we have to stick to the drama to create content.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh,
it was
there's
something Games
well.
Workshop did, and I can't remember what the hell it was. I don't know.
I can't remember what Games Workshop did, but there is something about Instagram that what they've announced.
That's what it is. It's the Instagram AI thing. That's the thing that I didn't have time for.
Yeah.
I tried to look into opting. Oh, Kara. Kara is the thing that I didn't have time for. I'm like, I'll look into this when I'm back.
So I've actually.
To be clear, I think that Instagram automatically scraping all our content and only giving people in certain localities the option of opting out is bullshit. I think it's crap.
Yeah.
I tried to opt out. Apparently I can't in North America or something. Blitz Mechanica tried to opt out and actually wrote to Instagram to try and do it. And they wrote back saying computer says no, you can't do it because you're in Canada. Yeah, I haven't created a Kara account yet. I have my Mastodon account that I don't use and my Blue Sky account that I don't use. And then there was that other Vero or something thing that I created because it was going to be the thing that saved us from Instagram and I don't use it. So I don't know.
It's very hard for another platform to come in to take over because a lot of people are like, well,
it should, and we should not be that resistant because it's that resistance that gives Facebook whatever they want. But
now the bit for people who don't know what it is Meta, so as the parent company for Facebook and Instagram, they
just call it what it is. Jack Zuckerberg.
Yeah, they're updating their privacy policy to basically also take its marks. Oh yeah, I remember it is Zark Zuckerberg. That's what it is.
Zark Zuckerberg. I didn't think that was a thing. Okay.
Yeah, because you just change the first letters around. Basically, they're going to be used. They're going to be, if you don't opt out, basically taking any posts on Instagram, mainly artwork and pictures, to use as it for their generative AI training database.
Yep.
And if you don't opt out, they will use your stuff for it. So I've actually got a link to it, so you can actually do it on a web browser.
Only in
That's
Europe,
posted in
though.
the
You
chat.
can't do it in North America.
Yeah, and also you have to put in a reason why you want to opt out.
Put in Mark
There's
Zuckerberg
4
sucks.
letters.
It'll be fine.
4 letters to put in is GDPR. So that's Golf Delta Papa Romeo.
What is that?
It is the General Data Protection Regulations. Came in 2018, 2019. I remember I had to learn it for my old job.
Oh.
It's still a thing about this job, but I had to learn a whole spiel of words to say about it.
And now it's
But
helping you in
it's
your Warhammer
basically,
job.
yeah, it's basically just say that of it. You don't give consent to use your information without, you don't give them permission, and basically they can't take your information and do it. You've got to thank the EU for something. And a
EU
lot of other
is trying to
things.
save us all. I live in North America
Yeah.
where we're like 1,000 years behind.
Yeah.
Like we all have USB-C plugs on our phones now because of the EU. Things are going to
Also-
be like more able to be repaired because of the EU. Like there's so many things that we need to thank the EU for.
One thing I say suggest, because I know you can't, you said you can't do it in North America. Have you tried a VPN?
Interesting. I think what I
That's
would
the
have
thing
to
I'm
do
thinking.
is I'd have to change the registry for my Instagram. And then if I wasn't using the VPN, I was concerned that they might like be like someone's logging into your account from elsewhere, but I should do that. I have a VPN.
Well, I was thinking you were just over here in the UK. And you didn't have any issues on Instagram.
Well, no, I tried to do this when I was in was I in France? Oh, I might have had my VPN set to Canada though. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but as a only present member of the European Union, I accept your praises, of course.
Damn right.
And I wish you all
back in.
No, you voted out. You stay out.
I didn't vote out. But I've got a secret way I can get back in, Joe.
That's what
It's called. I've got
he
to
said?
Irish. I've got to get Irish.
Oh!
Okay,
Secret
good. I
password.
have to tap out right now because I have a very long drive in the morning.
Oh
It was a blast.
no!
Yeah, I'm sorry I cannot stay longer.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
And I hope you have a safe
I see your-
drive. And I feel like we
Yeah.
should have gotten more Symbio Joe zaniness. We were too busy talking about this nonsense. But glad to have
Yeah.
you, man.
never mind. I'll be back.
Have a safe drive.
He's becoming Austrian.
You leave?
Yeah, he's gone.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Dropped us like
He's
a dirty
efficient.
shoe.
He's German. He's efficient.
He is efficient. You are correct. Oh man. So is that
So
interview
good.
still up on the painting phase?
Oh yeah, he's still there.
Oh man.
It's got. I as soon as I got to that point, I heard about it. Was listening to a bit of it, the early on bits, and was just like, okay, what is this point of that bit about the calling people virgins? And I was like,
It's
oh,
gross,
and it was
dude.
like, okay,
It's
cool.
gross. Like that's some like
But it-
massive chat energy. Like, do you
but it-
not know that you came from your parents' basement where you played with little war dollies?
For me, it was the reaction of the host. So they just laughed along and didn't push him back or anything. And it was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
it.
a bit
I'm not
laddish,
even watching
as the
anymore.
UK would say. Is that the right word for it? Laddish?
That's not even laddish. That's a yes man sort of thing. Like we like our guests. We want to be able to get our guests back. And to be honest, without being rude to the painting face, it's without Peachy there, it had lost something. Like I only heard about them after Peachy joined them,
Yeah, so.
and like they had Pete the Wargamer on, because obviously you got mentioned in that stream by.
That's literally how I
Peachy.
found out about the painting phase. Someone's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Pete the Wargamer mentioned you." I'm like, they're like, "Pete the Wargamer mentioned you on painting phase." I'm like, "On what?"
Yeah, that's how we all found out basically about it.
Yeah,
I
and
was
then
like,
like
okay, cool,
Peachy,
I'll
and
watch
then
it
there
all.
was all those like former
Really-
Games Workshop folks who
Yeah.
like had all kinds of cool like what's the word I'm
the-
looking for? Insight into like product and all
Yeah,
that.
you had the product design guy on there twice. You had the marketing guy on there about like the influencer program.
Yeah.
If people don't know who he was the one that did the video What About Zoats?
No, he's
When
got
they
his
brought
own.
that
He's got his own podcast. It's
oh
called
yeah, but
My Life in Miniatures.
no, I mean, as in if you know from Games Workshop stuff, he was the one that did the whole. When they brought back Zoats for Blackstone Fortress. He was the one who did the whole turnaround. What about Zoats?
Yeah.
Bit in that video. That's why when I saw his face, I was like, "Oh, you're the Zoats guy." So he was on, and they got quite a few other people on because of that. Louise went on there because of Peachy as well.
But
And
wait, you don't know that. You don't know that they went on there because of Peachy. We're assuming that.
we all, yeah, we've seen it. They all did work most of them did work at Games Workshops at different places, different points. But people mainly, for my own personal bit, I tuned in from that Pete the Wargamer one, from Peachy as well, with that because I didn't really see anything that drew me in before. And like when Peachy left, it was like I was looking at the videos and was like, I'm not really interested in that. That's not gripping enough. Like that, it wasn't there. And it's like when Jugs happened, it was like you talked about it, and I understand definitely about Bukaki Vader. And that was the one bit was like, what are you on about? Okay, let me tune into that. And it was like, okay, yeah, definitely watch it. And I've watched every episode of Jugs, and I was like, when they had that week off, I was like, hang on, where's my Jugs? It's like
right where you left
gripped
him,
me.
Flynn.
Well, it wasn't because they hadn't posted, but they did post on their community tab. That's always a good place to check things if you're needing updates on what's happened. Check community tabs.
Yeah, not enough people use those. I think
Yeah.
like Dwarfenage Mausoleum was the one who got me using my community tab, and I appreciate that.
It's really good. Like it's like, oh, there's no update for a video or what's going on. It's a good place to check out of why someone's not updated because
And YouTube is sometimes good at like showing you content from the community tab, but not always.
yeah, you'll go into home pages and you can just check on it. That's what I've gone to because I thought maybe Painting Face would have put something out on their community tab and a bit of a deeper dive of what they're doing.
Where did they put it out when they had that statement?
That was a pinned comment on the YouTube video itself.
Oh, interesting.
So you'd have to go back to that video to find it. It wouldn't get promoted to you.
Also, it wouldn't
really...
be as visible to people who didn't look at that video.
You'd have to go
and
and it's just like, and I thought, okay, maybe they posted another video today about stencils, and
about what?
I thought maybe they would have been about the hobby product no one talks about, and the video is about stencils, and I thought, oh, maybe there'll be something. Nothing.
No, they want to pretend it didn't
maybe
happen.
because it's most likely is
They
they've
want to move
already filmed that video ahead of time anyway.
Yeah.
And so they're not up to that point. But you would have thought after that reaction they had, they would have held it back and put something else out in first.
Well, it depends on how you feel about what happened. Like, this is all comms. Like,
yeah,
I work in comms, crisis communications. When something goes bad, it's like, how much do you talk about it? How much do you not talk about it? Are you going to tell other people about it who don't actually know about it if you talk about it too much? How major was the reaction, really? I don't know.
Yeah. Also, we're on the outside looking in, so we don't know what internal conversations they're having as well, or how they're feeling, or anything like that. But it was just like the radio silence to it is.
The radio silence is likely because they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And they're hoping it's going to blow over. These things happen.
So, like, most people who run a YouTube channel don't have social media training.
Yep.
It's
not even social media training. It's like, it's actual like communications, like media training, media training. All they know is like the videos that they see people post, like apology videos on YouTube or whatever. Like that's probably people's only experience with it. Which, you know, makes sense because not everyone works in communications. Anyway, that's unfortunate. That sounds a bit lame. I just don't like that the guy said that. I think that is like when we were sitting in our parents' basements playing with our war dollies. That was what we were afraid the like big bad jock morons at school were going to say to us. That they were going to call us virgins, that they were going to tell us we smell bad, that they were going to make fun of us for playing with little dollies. And it's like, I can't understand, getting back to that weird list that guy made. I can't understand how someone who, I assume that people who are into tabletop miniatures, people who are into D&D, people who are into video games, may have been bullied at some point. Well, I think if you're old enough, you were probably bullied at some point for the dorky things that you were into. Or at least you felt guilty about the dorky things you were into and like you couldn't share it with people because it wasn't popular. Different reality now. Dork stuff is real cool. Game of Thrones is like an HBO show. Like, Lord of the Rings made millions of dollars. People need to like remember when they were the victim of bullying and when they were like made fun of for something and when they were called out for something, and then need to not bully people for coming into their hobby. Need to not be dicks to people from the LGBTQ community, not be dicks to women, not be dicks to people who want to see more of themselves in like the weird warrior monks that are the Space Marines. And I don't know, just like remember their own experience with being the butt of the joke and not make other people the butt of the joke. That's kind of like my reaction to like, oh, they're virgins. Like, fuck that, man. Fuck you. That's like the stupid shit that a bully would say to someone in high school. You're juvenile. You're a child. Like, I didn't care about your stupid AI background. I thought you painted a cool model. I love Exodites. They're neat. People can yell at you for the AI background. I think it's stupid. People use Google Photos all the time. I'm with you on all of that. But at the point where you call people virgins because they were disagreeing with you, you're an idiot. You're a meathead. Like, it's the exact wrong thing to be putting out into this community where, like, we're all nerds. We're all nerds doing nerdy stuff. We don't need bullies. We don't need jocks. Like, it's not cool. Sorry, that's my diatribe.
It's you've become the bully you didn't want.
Exactly.
Bullying you when you were a kid.
Exactly. And maybe he's young, and maybe he's lucky, and maybe
he's not young.
He got into Warhammer at a point when, no, I don't know. I think that kind of like stupid language you learn from the bullies. Like, I think he said that because some bully said it to him at some point. And I can't for the life of me understand how someone who paints war dollies could be like, okay, virgin. Like, goddamn, it's so stupid.
It's just so much with it. It's like, how can you do that and walk away? And it's for me, it was like, with everything, it was why didn't you address it then and there? Like, the only bit they said,
okay, so,
yeah, this is where you need to send complaints to, is to his Instagram's in the comment. Yeah, send complaints to him there. And it was just like, but you should have really like either addressed it.
It's likely the case. It's likely the case that they may have thought it was funny. They also may have been very uncomfortable, didn't know what to say, so they just laughed. Like, people do that all the time. Hold on. I gotta take a break for a second. Flynn, go through the chat, see what's going on.
Oh, good. Hello, chat. What have you got for me here? Okay, so I've got can't strafe right. I told Facebook I didn't want the robot stealing my thoughts, and it got approved within 9 seconds. They just auto accept. Yeah, I had the same bit. Put mine through. Was like within a second. It was like, yep, done. Diana didn't vote. No, Diana, you mean you voted to stay, or did you vote to go? It will affect my opinion. Donald, what don't you like about LGBT then, Electro? I don't care, Electro. I don't care about the big splash of LGBT, but they need lots of love. So I love all people. Okay, I know. So Electro, I think I understand what you're saying. Is in you accept people for who they are. It's just at the in the face bit you don't appreciate, but you do sympathize that they are persecuted against just for being who they are, and you want to support them that way. It's just you don't want it to be all over everywhere in your face. Is that what you're meaning, Electro, or is I've got the wrong end of that? Tom Wilson, I was surprised they still have so many more subscribers than Jugs. I still watch the painting phase, but not as good as Jugs. So, perfect. I've understood exactly what you mean, Electro. Perfect. But I want to make sure, because this is a good place for people, regardless of your what orientation you are, what gender you identify as, and whoever the fuck you are. You're welcome. Just don't say shit that offends other people. Simple as that.
Oh my god, what is Flynn going off about?
Oh, so basically, there was a little bit in chat. So Donald says, "What don't you like about LGBT people?" Then to Electro Dust Bunny. Electro Dust Bunny, I care about the big splash of LGBT, but they need lots of love. They need lots of love, so with all people, so they sympathize and care and want to help support people in the LGBT community. It's just they don't like having everything in their face about it, which I can understand. But they know that people they do need support if they are persecuted just for being who they are. It's just in your face all the time. It doesn't appreciate that bit. It's like I can understand for that. It is you don't really want to be it. So it's like Donald said that the comment made by Electro Dust Bunny, which I can't actually see right now. So that comment was, I do not care if you are LGBT or not, you need love. Said he didn't support LGBT.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not really understanding I'm going back and look at them, but I don't really
that's what I'm looking
get it.
Okay, I'm going further up about it because we did go a lot of stuff through. Okay.
Sorry, but I'm not pro LGBT, but I love all people.
Okay, there's mention
weird.
about being Catholic. Okay, so I was raised Catholic. I am atheist. So
Flynn, you were raised Catholic?
Oh yeah, I'm Irish.
Oh, dang.
Everyone's Catholic.
Oh, I forget that.
So there's a freaking load of things there. Now, within the Catholic community, being LGBT, being gay isn't an issue. What the Catholic community don't like is the actual acts of it. So the sexual acts of it is what is classified as the sin. Now,
okay, wait, no, stop.
That's a whole different thing, which we are not going to have on here.
Flynn.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Catholicism on the stream.
That's what I'm saying. We're not going down that route.
We're not talking anything about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what some old white guy in a fancy hat thinks about LGBTQ stuff. It's also, I understand, Electro Dust Bunny, that you're saying you love everyone, but it's not. I'm not saying you said this, but when I read that kind of stuff, the kind of stuff that I think about myself, that I worry about, is like the all lives matter bullshit.
Yeah.
And the root of the Black Lives Matter, like why we have to advocate for LGBTQ2SIA rights, is that you can say you love everyone, but that doesn't necessarily make you an ally, and it doesn't necessarily help the people who need more support and more allies, because they're fighting an uphill battle in a society that is dominated by heterosexual, like straight marriage, whatever the heck. And we got to do more than just be like, I love everyone. Everyone's great. Everyone's important, because it's a whole can of worms that, like, I don't think you want me to do a session on EDI right now, like equity, diversity, and inclusion. Wait, I'm going to find a thing. I want to find a thing. There's a graphic that illustrates this, but you need to do more than just say you like everybody. Like, that's what I believe. Versus, what was the other thing? Diversity.
There's one bit Donald says that they assumed it was an LGBTQ safe space. It is. We respect everyone here. My bit is I just don't like using the word safe space, because it just is. It's like everywhere should be safe for anyone to be who they are. Like, I don't like having that. It's a designated area. It's like you can come to here and hang out, and we will address these points. but as I say, it's Nick's channel, so Nick addresses it the way he wants the channel to be.
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. I got a thing here. I don't know if this is ideal, but I'm going to use it because I've got it. Because I've seen this in a... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Doxing myself! Points for doxing! All right, hold on. Here we go. So, apparently we're having an EDI session here. Everyone gather around. Grab your favorite beverage. This shit is important. I'm a white man. I'm a white straight man. I have a lot of privilege because I'm a white straight man. I also have a very white straight name. My last name is Jones. No one has ever prejudged me before I went to an interview, other than assuming that I'm probably some white guy, accurately. And there's a whole lot of people who don't look like me, who don't have my last name, who get all manner of shit every day of their life just because of who they are, where they come from, what their last name is, what kind of food they eat, what kind of people they love. So this is why this shit's important and why we got to talk about it. Because I want you all to be smart, and I want you all to be friendly and kind to people. So here are two different situations. On the left, okay, I'm going to put this here. This might not be what you tuned in for, but it's going to be helpful, I promise. On the left is the idea of equality that we kind of like used to have in like work and life, where we thought that if we just gave everyone the same thing, it would be a-okay, and that everyone would have a great time. You can see on the left where it's labeled equality, there are 3 people, they all have the same size box. Like, anyway, whatever. And then on the right is the idea of equity, which is the idea of giving to people as they need. So you see there's the one guy who's tall enough to see over that fence. He doesn't need a box. You see there's one kid who needs a box to see over that fence. And you see there's an even littler kid who needs 2 boxes to see over that fence. I don't know if this is exactly the best way to illustrate this, but when you talk about I love everyone, you're giving everyone the same box. And some people need a bigger box. They need a more sturdy box. They need a box that is aware of like the kind of things that they need to navigate in society. If you want to learn more about this, Google intersectionality. You can read a lot about it. But it's the idea of like examining, first of all, I'm not an EDI consultant. I just am interested in this stuff, and like I've participated in sessions, and this is my, you know, cornflake box version of it. But if you want to learn more about this, you should read about intersectionality, which is the idea that everyone has different kinds of privilege, and different privilege stacks up different ways. You've probably heard about white privilege, but there's also able privilege if you're able-bodied versus someone who lives with a disability. There's privilege in terms of like what your sexuality is. If you're heterosexual, you are going to encounter less bullshit from people than if you're queer or something like that.
We've got another one. It's another name for it, is positive discrimination. Is one of the ones that have been.
Is this some fake word someone made up with because they're afraid of the word privilege?
No, it's so what was happening in the police forces here in the UK, just for the example of this, is you would have someone who was from a white background, so and who would fit the needs for the police force, but to fit the demographics that they need to, because they're like, oh, we want to hire from these certain backgrounds and ethnicities, so we would meet quotas. Well, this person meets all the requirements to be able to start training to become a police officer. They were not chosen, and someone was chosen over them who was from a different background. Didn't have the same levels of entry requirements. So, for example, if you would say it was for like academics or fitness or anything else like that, this person here was actually, they met all the requirements, but another person was from a different ethnicity who they needed to increase memberships of. They would pick that person over the other one, even though the other person was more qualified.
Okay, what you're talking about was referred to as just affirmative action in North America, and it's a can of worms I'm not willing to get into because I don't know enough about it to talk about it. And I think that there are folks who take that and use that as a stick to beat down equity. So I don't want to get into that right now.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying it's a different name that people may see that as.
I
just
believe
so
that has been shown to be problematic in approach, but I don't know enough to further comment on it, so I don't feel comfortable commenting on it.
I don't know the full ins and outs. I just know of one situation where they were told, "We can't hire you due to positive discrimination," was what they actually were told.
Okay, so yeah, like that is a kettle of fish that people can sometimes use to like beat down equity. I don't want to get into it because I can't have that conversation. I don't know enough about it. But back to this. So when I hear I love everyone equally, all lives matter, it's a little bit this equality stuff for me. I don't love it. There's another comic on this page that kind of like illustrates it, which is, I'm not actually reading this article. Apparently it's about, there's a problem with the cartoon. I don't know. So here's an example of inequality where people will have different access to resources. You can see the trees leaning to the left. Boy on the left's getting some more apples. Boy on the right's not getting so much. And then it does the thing that we did with the ladders or the boxes where it's like equality. We're evenly distributing tools and assistance. Maybe in our case, we're evenly distributing love. I love everyone. It's fine. Everyone's love. Still got the deal here where one person can reach the apples and one person can't. Equity. What do we do with equity? Oh, we gave this guy a bigger ladder. We're like, hey, here, have a bigger ladder because you can't reach the tree. Now you can reach the tree. But then it takes it down to the next level, which is justice, which is there's a problem with the tree. We need to right the tree so that everyone has equal access. And then look, everyone can reach it with the same ladder. So this is the idea of systematic discrimination fixing. I can't believe we're talking about this, but okay. Systematic discrimination, fixing systematic discrimination. I swear this is important. I swear you want to know about this. So those are the kind of examples. So where it comes back to loving everybody. I love everybody. I don't discriminate. That to me feels like giving everyone the same size ladder and hoping that it solves the problem and hoping that everyone can get what they need. But the reality is that the tree is bent. The tree is our system. The tree is our system that's been built on heterosexual love, on white privilege, on Euro/American, I don't know, privilege, whatever. Colonialism, you heard about that word? So the tree's been bent over hundreds of years, and it's going to take probably, God, hundreds of years to right it if we continue working on it. But I just want to like show all this to illustrate that though you can mean really well when you say you love everyone equally and you don't want to discriminate against anyone by giving preferential treatment or by I don't know what, you really, there's more to it than that. And it's a complicated issue, and I think it's important. And I'm gonna get nominated to some other list for doing this.
More lists, yes.
But
lists.
I don't know. I just want to say that it's important and that it can make you uncomfortable. That's fine. My wife is a racialized person, and when we started dating, I had some really fucking uncomfortable conversations because I didn't know what I was doing. And I had to learn a lot about racism, about inequality, and it made me a better person. It made me more aware. And part of being more aware is being aware of what I don't know. And part of being more aware is being aware of the stupid mistakes I make. And it might make you feel uncomfortable to make stupid mistakes, but the only way you're going to stop making them is by being aware and doing differently. Not by pretending they don't exist, pretending that everyone's happy, shiny, pretending that everyone gets the love they need and there's nothing wrong. Like, you got to be aware of this stuff. So that's why I was nominated as most woke Warhammer YouTube. No, that's a lie. That's why I got on that woke list, whatever, I guess, because I'm not afraid to talk about this stuff. Because
you've been educated.
The white men in my life didn't talk to me about this stuff enough. And there are all kinds of people who watch this stream, but probably like the majority of people who are into miniatures are white dudes, and white dudes need to know about this stuff and need to talk about it. And if you're uncomfortable, send me a message. I will talk to you about it. It's fine. You can be like, I feel uncomfortable because of this, and I'll talk to you about it. And I won't be like, Go over on that green list. You're the worst. Because yeah, like even down to the fact that I can say that the majority of people in this hobby are white men. That's because of privilege. It's because we probably grew up in households where likely our parents were working. Likely they didn't care what we were doing with our time. Likely we had some kind of pocket money or allowance or something like that. And our parents let us spend it how we wanted. And other folks don't grow up in those situations. They might grow up in a situation where money's tight. And like, yes, if you're a white male, you can grow up in a situation where money's tight. There's a lot of people who did. But these like systemic inequalities and systemic privilege and all this kind of stuff that's been built into our society over hundreds of years makes it easier for some folks to access this hobby and harder for other folks to access this hobby. And it's not great when some other folks get to access this hobby. Like I have had friends who I've met who like get into Warhammer as an adult. And it's because they didn't have the money for it when they were a kid. And some of these guys don't look like me, and like they might get shit if they walk into a Games Workshop with the wrong kind of people in there. But yeah, it's just it's another place where we need to be aware of our privilege and that we need to be open and accepting of whoever wants to do Warhammer for whatever reason. Because at the end of the day, that's more people like building this community, more people coming up with cool stuff, cool conversions, cool 3D sculpts that you're gonna love to death and you're gonna want to print 1,000 of and use for your stuff. So it's only up, it's only positive, it's only better.
So Nick,
yeah,
just while we got, because Electro has replied saying they're 15, so they're still learning about a lot of this. It is I was your age when my whole viewpoints changed massively. It just you're at that age where you need to start learn. You need to learn. You need to see what is out there because
And Electro Dust Bunny, I hope you're still here. I hope you're still watching the stream because I was 15 too. And oh my God, I was stupid when I was 15. Like when I got with my current spouse, when I got with my spouse, I was, how old was I? Oh God, it's gonna be 10 years this year. I was 32 and I was dumb. I wasn't dumb, but I was a little dumb. I had a lot to learn. And I was twice your age and I had a lot to learn. That's partially because I came up at a time when this stuff was not as like talked about, or we talked about it in weird ways, which is like multiculturalism and like the myth that you could end racism and stuff like that. But yeah, Donald or Murchu, I'm really glad you said the things you did, and I'm really glad you said them the way you did. I love that you said Electro Dust Bunny's comment made me uncomfortable, as opposed to being attacking Electro Dust Bunny. That's lovely. And I love that you said this. I assume this was an LGBTQ2S IA safe space, because it is. It absolutely is. But at the same time, we got to like talk about this stuff for folks who might not know as much about it. So I'm glad that this came up, and I'm glad we talked about it.
Yeah, Radon gets very good points. Is I can't drink in the US yet, and I can say with confidence.
What the heck? Radon is, you're less than 21? I thought you were old, man. We talked on the phone during the like 24-hour stream. I didn't realize you were less than 21. Wow.
Like, I'm 30. I'm still an idiot. And I know I'll be an idiot for most of my life.
Yeah, not to say that people are morons at 15. People are inexperienced at 15 because like you haven't had the chance to like experience all this stuff and know all this stuff. But yeah. I don't know if I should say anything about Catholicism. You got to be careful about talking about how Catholic you are, because I come from Canada. There's a lot of Indigenous people who have a bone to pick with the Catholic Church, and there's a lot of people from the LGBTQ2S community who probably have a bone to pick with the Catholic Church. But we're not. I guess we won't get into that.
Because I've got a bone to pick with the Catholic Church, and well, I'm not one of the main letters. Anyway, people have asked Donald if he's got an Instagram. So it's Tom. Can't strafe right. I think that's a brilliant name. I don't think you can get someone until you're about 23.
Yeah, I think I started feeling like actually confident in my own skin when I was about 23. Not super confident, but like beginning to feel confident.
Diane says, I met Tom when he was 15. I was 14. We were both idiots, but thought we knew everything.
I will not make a comment about you guys being idiots and deciding to stay together. Yeah. See the joke I made there?
And Electro says thank you all to all of us because everyone there's putting like supportive comments about being 15.
Yeah, and like this is the ideal situation. This is how it's supposed to go. This is the conversation that someone needs to have with that dude who made that list. Because like he probably just like doesn't have the experience to know like where he's at and like what he's saying with his list. So, and like I've had experience on Instagram where I've like posted something that's like woke agenda, whatever, and people come at me and they're like, this is dumb. And I like, sometimes they're like, this is dumb, you're horrible, you're a groomer, I hate you. And I'm like, okay, goodbye. But sometimes they're like, I don't get it. And I try to talk to them about it. And they're like, well, what about this? And we like talk about it. And they're like, okay, but like, what about this? And I'm like, yeah, you know, there's that. And we talk about that. And like, there have been situations where like I've talked to people and it's been very positive. And they just needed someone to talk to who wasn't going to yell at them and who wasn't going to assume that they were like some kind of, because like, oh, another important thing that I learned when I was learning about all this and trying to become less of an idiot was not calling someone a racist, but identifying speech as racist rather than people. Like, let's talk about that racist thing you just said, rather than let's talk about you being a racist.
Attack the words, not the person.
Yeah.
It's doing the wokey cokey.
Oh man, we could like, God, we could talk about this all night.
We go this one. I think that's another stream or just like a video for later. Seeing as we haven't even got to what the actual.
I didn't know that people thought my YouTube was woke. Apparently, my YouTube is super woke.
Yeah. Now, should we jump on the segue to the actual
the thing we were supposed to be talking about?
Yeah. Do you want me to share my screen to see what stupidity?
Yeah, like.
Let's see what happens.
Let's talk about Junestealer, because we said that we were going to talk about Junestealer, and we haven't talked about Junestealer since it was launched. I think that's more important than me talking about. Oh my God, it's 6. Oh, it's late. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But one bit I want to say is Donald says, if I was better at taking pics of models, I'd set one up in regards to an Instagram.
Donald, I thought you had one.
Just set one up.
I thought I follow you, man.
How great your quality of stuff is. Like, I have got so many followers, and I will still worry about the quality of images I put up. Don't worry about it. As long as you've got some sort of focus on the picture, you can do all the editing and stuff when you upload to Instagram and make it even better.
Yeah, I have a saved story on how to edit your Instagram photos, and there's actually a lot you can do in the Instagram app to like make your photos look a little nicer.
It's just
yeah, Donald, you post stuff to our Discord, and it's good. Like, the photos are good. They're fine. I totally see how awesome it is.
Yeah. So, this is where we are going to get into
Junestealer.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try and see. I haven't got anything else set up.
Okay, while you set that up, for those following along at home who are not familiar, Junestealer is a community event that we run in June every year, focused about Junestealer stuff. And I like to pretend that I help out run this thing, but really it's Flynn's baby and Flynn runs it, especially this year because I've been off gallivanting and not doing any Junestealery things. So what we want to do on this stream is go over the cool models that have come from cool creators across the community over the first 2 weeks of Junestealer. And Flynn has pulled together, I hope, some cool stuff from different content creators. I can get rid of the equality tree now.
It is a smaller amount than previous years. No offense to anybody.
Okay.
It's one of those, like, I think it's this one is definitely hopefully it's a more grow sort of theme that people want to work on a bit more. Like, because I know with last year's theme, which was Xenos hybrids, people jumped up really quickly for those, and there were quite a lot of posts initial bit, and then later on during the month it calmed down. Hopefully this month is more of a I'm trying to still get ideas of how to work these out and everything else, because also with the new Junestealer cults coming out as well, hopefully once those come out, people get their hands on them, they'll be able to get some stuff sorted out. And if you see any cool posts,
yo, I just realized, like, last year at this time, Last year at this time, new Tyranids were coming out, and then like a year later, new
Yeah.
Junestealers are coming out. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, and it's what's I'm so glad they've got new Junestealers coming out in June. And I'm happy they didn't steal Junestealer away, but I'm annoyed they didn't use it as well at the same time. It's just
They're not as clever as we are.
yeah, it's just like it's there. Like, come on, maybe at 11th edition they do it, but or something else. But yeah, so we've
Hold on, I'm pulling up your thing.
yeah,
Very slowly.
I've gone for I've got the stream up on my phone so I can see what is going on as well at the same time.
Hey, this is all kinds of messed around, and I don't know why. There we go. That looks better. Whoop.
How janky can we be? How janky can we be?
The jank, the ultimate jank. I'm just gonna get rid of my stuff because I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to make this bigger. Whoops.
Yeah.
Why is this not bigger?
Well, while
Boom.
Nick, I can see is loading it all up on
What?
my phone. We have drank the paint water.
Delicious. How did it taste?
Purpley, non-oily. Which I still don't get that.
Sorry,
whole
drank the paint
drink.
water is the artist. Sorry, I thought you meant there was someone in the chat who drank the paint water.
No, drank the paint water is the artist. I don't get the whole thing about drinking non-loyal, so we'll have to explain that to me another time. I completely missed the original meme for it, but I have seen them all over the place. But I do like this one because it would like I will let people know the toss up for this year's theme was either traveling cultists or brood brothers, and this one fits both. Because you've got it basically being this could either be a commander in a brood brothers army, but it also fits the whole bit of you've got traveling cultists that are part of a brood brothers army that will travel the galaxy and help infect other worlds, which I think is really good. But also it's actually meant to be a rogue trader, which makes my whole point completely null and void. But it says like at some point became corrupted by the taint of the Genestealers, maybe due to the warp or the culture of the ship, that the gene cursed on board the Shadow of Truth have developed differently than most planet-based cults that have no patriarch. And while they spread their corruption to nobles and dignitaries of each planet they visit on board the ship, it is seen as a blessing that only the highest ranked officers are a part of. So it's quite a good way of doing that. The background to it is really good. Of only the higher ups on the rogue trader ship are part of the cult. The menials are not part of it. But when they go to another planet, they infect the nobility there to then start another cult to help really spread. Can create beacons a lot with whatever system or systems they're in. I think that's a really good background for this. Then next up is Miko Hobby with what they call their Brainiac work in progress. Which I can see
Also better than the model we got.
Yeah. With the neurolids, the psychic spore mines, the fit there for it going on the head. So, which I'm looking forward to when we eventually do that Bits for Kits stream.
I was actually thinking about that the other day.
Because everything is ready for it, I think. It is.
I like that it's called the Bits for what did you say? Bits for Kits?
Yeah, or Kits for Bits. I can't remember which way around.
Kits for Bits. I like that. That's a good little name. Kits for Bits stream. All right. Deal.
We could potentially expand it to other kits that we know about.
Oh, look, my comment is right there. Definitely an improvement on the official one.
Yeah, that's why I scrolled down just to show off your comment.
There you go.
But yeah, so it's like I do like this one because it's I don't even know what the base model is, but they've got the Genestealer cult head and then the Neuralid head.
Navigator. Blackstone Fortress, I think.
Yeah, which I think I would really have loved to put something like either Genestealers or Genestealer cults into Blackstone Fortress would have been brilliant, but we never got it. But oh well. Next one. I saw this for Cry for Paint.
Another better improvement. I think I commented on this one too.
I can see your like, and yeah.
Man, I'm such a troll. I'm just being like, this model's better than the original. This model's better than the original.
The other one, it's got a good brain, but that's about it. But also again, it's another good one.
You said the original has a good brain?
No, it's the brain bit. I like that bit, but the rest of the model just looks a bit.
You can do better, Flynn, and I'll show you how.
And we look forward to that video. But they go, it says, so their contribution to this year's Junestealer, without knowing anything about their lore, I imagine the benefit is to be the cult's archive, traveling the Underhive, spreading the word of the glorious deeds done in the name of the uprising, remembering spreadsheets of all the Imperium's corrupt bureaucracy, and helping its fellow comrades converting centimeters to inches with mental arithmetic.
Donald Merchu says, I wish the Games Workshop model looked like this. Donald, you can make one. This is showing you how.
Yeah.
Also, Electro Dust Bunny said, thank you all for being so nice to me. There are nice people on the internet. There's also a lot of angry people who scream really loud. And it's tempting to scream really loud. So I guess what we did tonight was try and not scream loud and try and actually talk about things.
Just because this is the red section doesn't mean we scream at you.
Yes, just because we are all good comrades from the red section of the definitely woke communist Warhammer lists. We do not scream all the time.
The next one, which I think I know exactly what one it is, I am, because you got it really big, is... Hang on, no, this isn't the right person.
That's Panda Funk. No, it's the same person. He's got 2 accounts.
Oh, okay, cool. I was worried there for a second because it was like, this one hasn't got as many. So
yeah, this is High Fleet. What is it? High Fleet?
Ithilien?
Ithilien?
I will search for it very quickly because I want to give actually the...
This is his artist profile, and then he's got a miniature profile, and I know that because he is the artist who drew the next Warp Shadow shirt.
Oh!
Yeah, and I actually got the first print run of the Warp Shadow shirt, but sadly, I'm not that happy with the new printer I tried. So, I'm going to offer these to Patreons because I got like 20 of them, but I think I'm also going to investigate going to my old printer who is more expensive than this one, but it didn't, I don't know, it didn't turn out as well. I've got high standards. So I think I'm going to give patrons a discount on these shirts, a further discount because I already gave them a discount. Because they're fine. It's just the printing style is different. Whereas I feel if we had Ryan's minis on here, he could explain the exact difference. The Warp Shadow shirts feel like paint that's been applied to a shirt. The new Warp Shadow shirts that I did at this test printer feel like kind of a laminate piece of art that's been put on the shirt.
I think I know. Like, one feels like it's actually been sealed onto the shirt. The other one feels like it's just been, here it is. It's on the shirt, and that's it. It's done.
Like one feels like it's been printed into the fibers of the shirt, and the other one feels kind of like, yeah, this like laminate thing painted on the. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
It's going to rub off quite easily.
No. It's not going to. It's actually, no, it's the opposite. I think that the ones where it's printed into the fabric of the shirt are going to like break up faster. I think this thing is going to like withstand the apocalypse. It feels.
I know what you mean.
It's like it makes the front of the shirt feel like
plasticky.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like I know exactly what it is. It's basically it's been ironed onto the shirt as like a transfer onto
yeah,
it.
It's a little higher tech than ironed on, but something like that. And I think I'm just like finicky and have weird standards. I'm sure people are probably fine with this, but yeah, it's not what I was hoping for. And I was very happy that I could get the shirts for cheaper from this guy, but it's not exactly the vibe I'm going for. So I might go back to my old printer for the next run.
Yeah. So I know it's, I really wanted to make sure I get the correct post for this, but when I first saw it, was only a few minutes, I think about half an hour.
It was today, wasn't it?
Wasn't.
Did he post it today?
Yeah, it was today. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was today because I only loaded these up today. Well, they posted it onto this one today. Yeah, it was yesterday they first posted it. High Fleet Thulian. Let me go to his post then. Basically, I when it first got up there yesterday, I posted onto it and like, oh, this is brilliant for Junestealer because it's a rock grinder on
weren't
the
you
move
like, is
being
this for
repaired.
Junestealer? And he's like, it is now.
Yeah. So let me just open it up here properly. Bigger picture. It's gonna be the same size, but yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy who did my Lictor DJ.
Yeah.
He's super
Because
talented.
Simon also goes and asks,
Oh, there
is
we go.
that for Junestealer? It is now.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Perfect for Junestealer. Yes. Like all of us were like, we all saw it.
Did you see the development in his story?
Wait, is it? No, well, hang on.
Some jagoff has already got this thing for sale. That's not his. They took his graphic and put it on a shirt.
Let me bring it up.
See that?
Scammers stealing designs within hours of posting. Wow.
Some moron took his graphic and put it on a shirt already and is trying to sell it. I don't know what he can do about that.
You can actually go to these places and go, that's not this has been stolen, take it down. They can do that, but it takes
you
a bit of
can
time.
go to the ones that you can find.
Yeah, but you can't. But that is also why you can do Google search by images, which does kind of help, but you can't get all of those things. That's just my own knowledge of this sort of thing. Now, but like, there's so much detail with this, which was just brilliant. So you've got the guy on the top of the rock grinder. I can get the words for it. With searching out, because it's just like they've taken a stop on their journey, most likely to Hive Secundus, doing the repairs, getting all the tools out, filling everything up, having an IO stick, is what they call them in 40k. Someone having some, I can't remember what they call the coffee, but that having a bit of a snack. But one of my favorite bits to it, which I will just quickly zoom in on it, Nick, because I know it's not really easy to see on the post, is the little familiar just sitting at the front.
I saw that.
It's just brilliant, I think. It's just like there's so much detail in this, and yeah, it's just like where it's what it is, I think, up there right now for best artwork. Like, we haven't had much so far. As I said, this has been a slower month, but I think it's more of more things get posted. But this is also why, if you see a great post, mention Junestealer to people. They may put the comment in, because also with me and Joe were talking before the stream started. Like, you just say like it's been harder or more difficult to find some posts, which I say, yeah, it has been, just partly because of how Instagram is changing everything, which I've talked about to death with, but also it's just that finding certain things has become harder to do. But as we have also here on the next page, to go to a lighter note, is we do have Simon's contribution, which is their cute little Junestealer on their travels, which we've got the Still Tower.
So I wanted to comment about this. We had what you would call an embarrassment of riches this year.
Yes.
Because Will K, who might be here, he was in the chat earlier. Tactical D-Bag. I don't have live chat on. Is anyone like angry at us? Okay. He drew the art that you see on the right of the stream there, the little Junestealer holding up the Terra or bus sign, and sticking his thumb out. There's more to it, but this is you can see it on the Warp Shadow account. If you go to Warp Shadow on Instagram, there's the full graphic. But Will K drew it by pencil, and then Deshonde offered to color it because Will had hurt his hand. So it was like a combination, like a twofer job between them. But then Hydra had also created this amazing piece of Junestealer art, and I felt bad because I'm like, I don't want to have to choose. These are all amazing. Can't we just use all of them? But I don't know. Felt like there needed to be some like official piece or something. And because Will had never created a Junestealer thing before, and Hydra had, was like, let's go with Wills, but I feel like Hydra might be still a little bit pissed off at me for it.
But you're also forgetting that Deshande had also done one himself as well at the same time.
But Deshande, like, I feel like every time I turn around, he's making amazing art. Like, he's done many of them. I think he did 2 Nidvembers? Has he done 3 Nidvembers?
No, so Deshande did last November. So what's happened is, now this is where I've got to wrap my brain. Okay, so Deshande did November 23. Simon did Junestealer 23.
Anyway, so
I'm going to go. We have had several people do different ones. We've had Box do it. We've had Deshande do it. We've had, I think Deshande did November 22 and 23. Simon did Junestealer 23 and 22. He did 21. 22 was Vermis. We used his artwork. Right. Yeah, 23 was Simon. 24, obviously, we've had Wills. November is, we haven't even got to the point of designing artwork yet, but we've already got the theme down.
Deshande's already got something in the hopper, I guarantee.
Yeah.
So yeah,
people in the Discord already know the theme, and people who have listened to the stream know the theme. But,
I'm all about like variety and like encouraging more people to contribute. So although I really appreciate Hydra and Deshande always stepping up, I was excited that Will had done one because Will hadn't done one yet. So that's why we went with Will's with the Deshande coloring. But I also wanted to feature Hydra's somewhere. That's why this is the art that's on the title card for the stream.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to revise the title card and put the word woke on it in giant red letters, because this is I just changed the title of the stream to the definitely extremely woke and a little bit Junestealer stream or something like that.
To be honest, I just think we should just cut that bit out at the beginning and just use it as a small video in itself. Nick's reaction to being on the woke list.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you want? Okay, gotcha. I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat.
There is something I have just been sent by Blitz, which I remembered, but I just couldn't remember who did it. So thank you very much, Blitz.
Thanks, Blitz. I just want to comment.
I know you're gonna like.
Electro Dust Bunny commented, "I'm sorry I got attacked for being Catholic. I'm so thankful for not being unfriendly about me and my religion. So just thank you all." Yeah, religion is, I don't know. It's tricky.
It's not the religion.
There's stuff with religion. Yeah. There's like Electro Dust Bunny. I would recommend that, though it's not your, like, okay, so when we talked about like equity and equality, I talked about my experience with racism. And I talked about how when I started dating my now spouse, who's racialized, I had to accept that there was racist stuff that I might have been saying without realizing it, and accept that there is a long history of white men benefiting from colonialism and racism. And it's complicated in that my first reaction when I learned about all that stuff is, this isn't my fault. I'm not a bad person. I'm not racist. I shouldn't be responsible for like these stupid things that other people have done. But I needed to be aware of them, and I needed to be aware of like assumptions that people might make about me when I like roll up as a white person from previous negative experiences they've had from white people. Similarly, people can have previous negative experiences related to any part of your identity. And unfortunately, there has been a long history of people having negative previous experiences from certain religious sects. And I'm sure that we've all seen the very negative things that people have done with Islamophobia, where they take maybe some of the more negative versions of Islam and the Muslim religion that a lot of Muslims wouldn't even describe as like being accurate representations of their religion, and they try to paint all Muslims with a negative brush based on like their beliefs. Not cool, not charitable. Unfortunately, that's going to happen with Catholicism, because there has been a long history of the Catholic Church doing some sketchy stuff Look up what is it called? The doctrine of. Do you know what I'm talking about, Flynn? The
Nick,
doctrine
there is
of
so much.
discovery? Is it the doctrine of discovery? The Catholic Church, the Pope.
There is so much sketchy stuff.
Anyway, look, if you want to
Involving
learn,
it.
like,
It's
what
too
I would
much to go
recommend
down.
Electro Dust Bunny is, like, as you're like learning and as you're like developing more stuff, be aware of the history of of the Catholic Church. It doesn't mean that you believe these things, but I think it's helpful to know the context that
Yeah,
people
it's
might
not
be coming
the
from.
it's not the religion itself, it's the people involved in the religion and using the religion to there's the word to
Subjugate other people so like the Catholic Church, again, a long time
no,
ago.
that's not the word I'm just trying to use. It's like
Press?
justify
Okay.
why they're doing their thing. They're trying to use that for it, but it is it's a lot of the time it is the individual doing it, but other times it is the religion itself.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also,
And it
there's one
could be
bit
like,
before we go. I just want to add in it is because I know you've talked about it being we have a very Western sympathy for it. You also do have it the other way where you have people in the Eastern world where they've been subjugated for being Catholic and everything, but are looking at it from a very Western perspective. Just I want to put that as a caveat in regards to it because there are different perspectives quite a lot across the world
yeah,
for it.
but
We are looking at a very Western perspective
it
because
is the
we
case.
know
Like,
we are
Flynn,
benefiting from
Flynn,
Western
Flynn, I'm
as
gonna stop you there. Because one of the stupidest things I ever tried to explain to my racialized spouse was basically reverse racism. The idea that a white person can experience racism. The example I was citing was in Japan, because Japanese are interesting people. No, the Japanese are amazing people. The Japanese system, the Japanese like state is a very xenophobic state, make it very hard for people to immigrate, all that kind of stuff. Treat foreigners differently from Japanese nationals. So I tried to argue for reverse racism. I tried to argue for like different perspectives, but it is the case that like when you talk about colonial powers, it is the West, it is Europe that have done the majority of colonialism in our world. So that's not a matter of perspective. That's just like the state. And when I talk about being aware of the history of the Catholic Church, I was talking about the doctrine of discovery, which was you can look it up, Google the doctrine of discovery, which was passed by the Pope, and it basically gave explorers, colonizers, the ability to claim any land that they found in the name of the Catholic Church. Like they could sail to Japan, where they were indigenous Japanese people there, and be like, this is belonging to the Catholic Church. We're converting you all to Catholicism. This is the doctrine of discovery. So this is the weird stuff that the Catholic Church has done. In my country, in Canada, the Catholic Church created, and also the Canadian government did this, and I believe other churches did it, but they created what they called residential schools for Canada's indigenous people. They took children away from their families, put them in these residential schools where they had to live. They abused them. They died by neglect, or they died by bad actors. And children were buried in unmarked graves at Catholic residential schools. So when you come to Canada and you talk about Catholicism, if you're talking to an indigenous person, this could be the context they're coming from. And all that is to say that no, you as a person who is Catholic and who practices that religion, you did not do those injustices to people, but you need to be aware of the injustices that were done to people. And this is like being aware of racism, being aware of colonialism. You might not be a racist, you might not be a colonizer, but you live in a society where you probably benefit from them if you're from that background, and you need to be aware of the wrongs that have been done, and I don't know, have empathy for the people who were wronged. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah. Just on a segue back to the Junestealer.
Yeah.
And things we all like that we would want to see. Hephaestus Studios has done. I know it's a Space Marine, so be careful.
Oh yeah, I
But
think I saw this one.
It's the librarian. This is a Dark Angels librarian.
Oh yeah,
as well.
Hephaestus is like famous. Like I follow all kinds of their stuff.
But it's the. But I think it is based off the Mark Gibbons sketch.
It's a little different, I think, but maybe.
Oh, it's inspired, definitely. Blitz says in the comments, ironically 49 seconds ago, after I loaded up the bit, was Hive Mind Psyker has seen the Mark Gibbons concept sketch. But yeah, it is very much. I got that inspiration when I first saw it. I just couldn't remember.
So is that a Barbgon up there?
No, I believe it is a Neurogaunt, as in
Are you
the
sure?
Hive Node one.
Barbgon's got those too.
I think
the armor plate is definitely a Barbgon.
Yeah, let's go to his post. See what his unpainted version is. If I can find that within 5 seconds.
Yeah, I thought I saw the unpainted one. It wouldn't be that far back, I don't think. Did you miss it?
That's actually.
Oh, never mind. Okay, there it is. Wait, this is for Junestealer? Isn't this an old model?
Well, it's painted up and finally posted because it's finally finished. But here we go. They've actually got a video for it, which I'm not going to bother to link to. But
yeah, dude, that's a Barbgon.
Yeah,
look at the face.
Seeing it now, there definitely Barbgon. Yeah,
great model, man. So cool.
This is why I definitely can't wait for the kits for bits one we do. And the last one I've got on here is another Cry for Paint, but it's using a Hive Scum model.
Oh, cool! I like this.
So from the new Necromunda box when it comes out, the new edition of Necromunda, you get 8 Hive Scum to become Junestealer Cultist Hive Scum for Hive Secundus. So yeah, so this is actually quite an enjoyable one, I think. Yeah, and that I think is a Acolyte head. It looks a little big, but I like it. I really like that they drilled out the barrel on the Weber. Like, I've not been into the Weber until I saw the barrel drilled out, and now I'm kind of into it. There's one thing I wanted to actually do as a whole different stream, but have you seen people who drill out their Devourer barrels? I think Devourer, I've done it. Yeah. It looks way better. Yeah. And it's that's another stream idea I had. I'm just gonna say it. What is the drilling your bolters for other armies? What do you mean? So for Tyranids, you would drill. Well, you would say it's filling in the stacks on a monstrous creature. Or doing something with
I see where you're going.
So what would it be for other armies? What would you think it would be for Eldar? What would you think it would be for Necrons or Tau or Imperial Guard? I'm trying to think something that doesn't have a bolter. Something like that. But I think that's definitely for another stream because we have been going a fair bit. Holy cow. I've got a Junestealer thing for you. Ooh, what have you got? I will send it to you. Where should I send it to you? I'll send it to you on Instagram. Wait. Yeah. Because then I can just link straight to it. Posted 1 hour ago. Oh my god, I'm in love. Oh my god, he's so smart. Oh, persnickety. Okay, let me just actually go to his post so I can get it up so we don't have to change any of the formatting of the stream. I can do it. That's good. It's just quicker if I just go around and sort it all out. Okay, I need to. Ooh. Okay, listen, I can do this because, like, I think Persnickety knows how much I love his nuts, but Donald Murchew, Persnickety's sculptor, does not take great pictures of his models. He sometimes does, but quite often I'm like, dude, you could do so much better. But his models are so good and it doesn't matter. So just proof that, you know, you don't need to have an amazing camera to be on Instagram, hobby Instagram. Like, for Donald, for you think, my first photos was me standing above the model at the worst basically angle possible to take a picture of a conversion where I had a cardboard bit that was already sprayed blue from spray painting earlier. You will all, no matter how you do your photos, it will be better than that. I can't even scroll down to it because I put so many up to hide them, so
It's
people
fine.
won't ever go to the bottom of it. But oh geez, yeah, that's definitely a Nodebeast head, Nodebeast body,
Sexy
Nodebeast.
boy. Oh yeah, 100%. If you're not following Persnickety Sculptor, what are you even doing with your life?
There is two. Oh, wait, hang on. He's used scything talons for the legs.
Yeah, he's a genius. He's a bloody genius. And look at those
Hang
like
on.
the claw feet. Oh my god, I'm in love. I think someone else
Hang on.
used scything talons for legs before. Because I used
No,
it
but I'm
on
saying-
my I think I used that on a warrior.
Okay, so that scything talon there, that's the new Screamer Killer scything talon bits.
Mm-hmm.
This is that's an
It's an elbow.
joint, which looks to be from the Psychophage.
God, that's smart.
Because of that flat bit there turned around. Just I've been playing around with Psychophages so much. I should be able to recognize those bits.
Oh, this is
but
so
that is
smart.
Oh, Stickity has just got an. I thought I had the good eye for bits.
No, you don't. Not compared to him.
Just like
None
10
of us
times
do.
higher. Like
Persnickety, Box, these are like legends of bit spotting.
it's just that I don't even think of using that as
Actually, you know what, Flynn? Throw to our idea for the kits for bits stream. I've asked both Persnickety and Bits of Box to come on for it.
Oh, I know. That's why I can't wait for the stream.
Yeah. Although Persnickety is interesting because I think he started bashing nids with just like a bunch of random bits he bought off of eBay.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even know what kits they were from at first.
So, yeah, I know because Persnickety did ask me earlier, like a while ago, like, I want to try and get more of this. Where do I get it? It's like, yeah. Sometimes we go like, oh, he'll just message me like, I'm trying to find more of this bit. And within 5 minutes, I've sent him about 5 listings on eBay.
Nice.
As well as the place where I would say, this is the easiest place to ever get them from.
Well, apparently it's a good thing you did because lovely things like this are created.
Yeah. Well, none of these bits are something I've sent to him directly. Like, it's mainly the horror specs bits that I've sent to him.
Yeah.
Like to find stuff for. Speaking of which, Kilo, if you're watching this, please just reply so I can send you that package.
Who?
Kilo Sculpts. He asked for some cows.
Okay.
So we just need to be able to send it to him now. But yeah, what's he used for the toes? Hang on. That's a Hive Tyrant Dewclaw. I don't get the other one.
Oh man, he uses one of the things that he does that absolutely blows my mind is if you look at one of his like big monstrous creatures that he makes, he uses the old Junestealer kit claws as teeth. Like the big claws that used to be on Junestealers. It's so good.
And Talon claws or the actual hand claws.
What? The rending claws. The rending claws. They use the Junestealer. He's just like, see that one there with the big teeth with the single eye? Yeah, that one. See? They're all Junestealer rending claws. They make the biggest, creepiest teeth ever.
I would have thought they were the Trigot.
No.
Like little spikes.
Dude, I talked to him. No. It's the claws. They're so good. It's so smart, and I never thought of it.
But yeah, even says here a
buttload of Junestealer claws. There you go. That's the teeth. They're so like feral looking.
Oh, jeez. It's like okay. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this in the chat. So for anyone
we can probably wrap this up soon.
That's
I
why
will stop showing your thing. Oh, what is this? Oh, what's this?
Oh, it will go pause because I'm now going back to.
So, how do I? Can I do it quick?
Yeah.
No, I can't do it quick. Brother Pink. Dang it! Hold on a sec. Give me a second. Brother
While
Pink
you
was
sort that
at
out, I will
our
read a bit
mom's
of chat.
house. What?
I was going to read a bit of chat, and I've read Donald thing about being from Ireland. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Donald, and yeah, I can see exactly what it is. And Electro saying he's Mexican. So good thing those two are very far apart.
Okay, this camera is the worst, but whatever. Look what I found. Look familiar to anyone?
Yeah, that's really.
Hold on, I just fixed it.
It's very bright, but
Fixed it.
I recognize them as they were like what, your back plates for one of your hive tyrants.
Nope.
They look
Try
like
again. Most
oh,
famous Tyranid I ever created, according to the internet.
hell. Oh wait, no, the
No one
the
cares about hell. No
I
one
can't
gives a
get the word
shit about hell.
that begins with the B. I can't pronounce the word right now, but the
Dactylus.
dactylus.
So when I made the Dactylus for High
What do
Fleet
you mean
Malak, the original one that everyone wants me to make for them, my boy Accommodator, may he actually rest in peace because he died. He said that I should cast the bits that I made for it, and I was like, I don't know, man. He's like, yeah, just let me cast them, because he was experimenting with casting, like just getting into it. So yeah, he cast up these bits for me, and I totally forgot that he cast them up, and they were just in this random box that Brother Pink pulled out of my mom's house, alongside things like my converted gaunt weapons beast rending claw mutant, and the feet for the first hive tyrant I ever painted. Didn't know where those were.
Jeez.
And random plastic turkey warrior.
Did you get the
Whatever the heck this was.
mold, or did the accommodator keep?
Oh, I don't have the mold. I just have the pieces. I just have these three poor. Oh wait, there's another one here. I just have these poorly cast bits that are kind of messed up. But as people are always like slavering over this miniature, I thought they might be interested in seeing this. They're kind of a mess. I would have to clean them up and like fill in bits, but I got them.
There are two miniatures you are known for on the internet at large. One
It's just this one.
is the
No,
Dactylus.
okay, Flynn, to be clear, I'm not known for any miniatures. People always see these miniatures and like, who made this? They have no idea who it was from.
The other one is always gets posted on Reddit, which is your Dominid number 2, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if that one, like, I think that people know that one even less than they know the Dactylus, but I don't know. People just have these photos
Nick, it's
saved
been
places
posted
and have
many
no idea
times.
who made them.
It's been shared 3 times this year already on Reddit. People asking, where do I get this?
I like that Maul Ninja. Maul Ninja commented on all the stuff we were sharing from Persnickety, saying Persnickety is the hive mind. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my
He just
god, Tom
knows
Wilson
what
just
bit-
said I should send these to Curtis. Damn. I mean, I'd have to clean them up.
Wait.
So Curtis is Ramshackle Games, who we visited in Nottingham, and he has got this whole thing where he's just like, I'll cast whatever you want for you. But I don't know. I think these are a mess. Like, I don't think I can even send these to Curtis. They're too ugly.
I wish I could have made that, but unfortunately work wasn't. I tried to, as soon as I knew the actual time you were over for properly, I was like, okay, let me try and get the time off work. No, we can't. Oh, we might be able to do a day. And I was just there like, trying to get up to Nottingham that easily wouldn't be good. But yeah, I'll have to try and either me go over to you, or next time I'll just book it off as soon as I can. But yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It was
really
the
would have
middle of the
loved
week.
to
I
go.
didn't expect anyone to really make it. I'm amazed that Tom did.
Yeah, so we had a few others like Grim, Box.
Alistair. Oh yeah, Grim, Tom, Box. Still Tower was the one who was guiding us around. I met James Taro from what is Taro's thing even now? Taro Miniatures? I don't know.
Taro Model Maker. That's the man.
I met Googly Eyed Skull, who is hilarious.
Yeah.
Didn't really know him that well before. Yeah, and Ramshackle Games, who was super kind and welcomed us into his studio. He was awesome. Very briefly met Louise and Rob, but Rob was like in the middle of doing something, as was Louise, and they just kind of like took a second to talk to us, but mostly talking to Grim about how he needs to make Muppet costumes for some band. Quarrel or something, some band that's into Warhammer. I don't know.
Oh, I've seen something about a band being like we are the Warhammer band sort of thing. And look into that a bit more. Yeah, I'm.
Anyway, we should probably call this. I feel like it's getting late.
Yeah.
It's getting super late for you, man. Thanks for hanging out so late.
Yeah. I'm doing one of those dances where I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, have a good night, Flynn. Thank you for chatting. Thank you to everyone in the chat who hung out. Gwar, there you go. Donald Murchu's got it. I got to look up Gwar.
Yeah.
Louise told me to Google it immediately. I have not yet. Apparently I need to fix that. Yeah, thanks for sitting through all the chats about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Hope someone learned something. I maintain it's important. Yeah. This is important as Warhammer. Simply because you don't want to be the guy who doesn't know what's going on. And even if you don't think it applies to you, it applies to someone you love, I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. This was an interesting stream. I didn't think it was going to go in this direction. Hopefully I can make my damn camera work for the next one, because damn it. But yeah, Flynn, thank you so much. And thanks for running Junestealer and doing such a good job. And I guess our next stream will be summing up all the Junestealer stuff. So you've still got 2 weeks to do a Junestealer thing if you haven't done one yet. Not too late. You don't have to paint it. It's a community event celebrating Junestealers. We want to see your cool miniatures. They don't have to be painted.
Artwork. Or even artwork.
What?
Or artwork, like High
Fleet. Artwork, yes, thank you. Yes, you can do artwork, you can do sketches. Doesn't have to be a colored sketch. It can be just like a pencil sketch. Just make sure that you're tagging the hashtag Junestealer, and most importantly of all, make sure you're mentioning the Warp Shadow account.
Especially if you're doing a reel or anything like that, because otherwise, if we miss it, we've missed it completely.
Hashtags are not reliable. You need to mention Warp Shadow.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, I bid you all a good evening. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Hope you all stay safe, stay creative, keep having ideas, and look forward to a video about sculpting brains sometime soon, because that's in the offing right now. And I look forward to talking to you later about how the woke agenda is going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.